On October 28, 2025, President Emerson Mnangagwa was delivering his State of the Nation address at Zimbabwe's new parliament building when a sudden power outage plunged the chamber into darkness. Despite the disruption, Mnangagwa continued reading his speech for nearly 10 minutes using torchlight held by an aide, earning applause from ZANU-PF lawmakers for his composure. This was not the first time such an incident occurred. A similar blackout disrupted the budget presentation in November 2024, which was then blamed on weather-related issues. The recurrence of such disruptions during high-profile national events has raised serious concerns about the reliability of infrastructure and the possibility of internal sabotage. Speaker of Parliament Jacob Mudenda expressed outrage over the incident. He publicly apologized to the president and vowed to identify and punish the individual responsible for the blackout. His statement was particularly strong. The person who switched off electricity while the president was speaking will regret the day he was born. Mudenda's reaction suggests that the incident was perceived not merely as a technical failure, but as a deliberate act of disrespect or sabotage. His language indicates the seriousness with which the ruling establishment views the disruption, especially given the symbolic and political importance of the SONA. Some ruling party legislators immediately speculated that the blackout was an act of sabotage. These claims are particularly significant in the context of ongoing factional tensions within ZANU-PF, especially between Mnangagwa and Vice President Constantino Chiwenga. Mnangagwa and Chiwenga have long been viewed as rivals within ZANU-PF. Their relationship, initially forged during the 2017 coup that ousted Robert Mugabe, has since deteriorated. Reports suggest that Mnangagwa reneged on an informal agreement to serve only one term before handing over power to Chiwenga. This breach has fueled internal resistance to Mnangagwa's ambitions, particularly his controversial push for a third term under the ED 2030 campaign. Chiwenga's faction, which includes military elements and influential party figures, has reportedly blocked Mnangagwa's attempts to extend his rule. The blackout during the SONA is being interpreted by some as a symbolic gesture of defiance or a warning from Chiwenga-aligned individuals. If the blackout was indeed orchestrated by internal actors, it would represent a significant escalation in the factional struggle within ZANU-PF. Such an act would not only undermine Mnangagwa's authority, but also expose the fragility of the ruling party's unity. The incident raises questions about the security protocols at the new parliament building. Despite preparations involving generators and backup systems, the failure to maintain power during a presidential address suggests either gross incompetence or deliberate interference. The lack of contingency planning reflects poorly on the government's ability to manage critical infrastructure. For the Zimbabwean public, the blackout is emblematic of broader governance failures. The country has been grappling with chronic power shortages, economic instability, and allegations of corruption. The image of the president delivering a national address in darkness, illuminated only by a torch, is a powerful metaphor for the state of the nation. Moreover, the incident could deepen public cynicism about the government's internal cohesion and its ability to deliver on promises. If factionalism is indeed undermining national functions, it could erode confidence in the political system and fuel calls for reform. Mnangagwa's decision to continue his speech despite the blackout was likely a calculated move to project resilience and authority. By refusing to abandon the podium, he signaled determination and control even in the face of adversity. However, his visible anger upon leaving the chamber suggests that the incident struck a nerve. It may prompt a crackdown on suspected saboteurs and a tightening of security around future events. Mnangagwa could also use the incident to rally support within ZANU-PF, portraying himself as a victim of internal betrayal. Vice President Chiwenga has remained publicly silent on the blackout, but his faction's alleged involvement points to a deepening rift. The military's historical role as a power broker in Zimbabwean politics gives Chiwenga significant leverage. His refusal to endorse the ED 2030 campaign and his faction's resistance to Mnangagwa's third-term ambitions suggest a strategic effort to reclaim influence. Chiwenga's allies may view the blackout as a symbolic assertion of their power, a reminder that Mnangagwa's authority is not absolute. If true, this would mark a shift from covert resistance to overt disruption, signaling a new phase in the factional conflict. The incident echoes past episodes of political brinkmanship in Zimbabwe, particularly during the final years of Robert Mugabe's rule. Mugabe's administration was plagued by internal divisions, culminating in the 2017 coup. Mnangagwa's current predicament mirrors that era, with factionalism threatening to destabilize the ruling party. The lesson from history is clear: unresolved internal conflicts can escalate into national crises. If Mnangagwa and Chiwenga fail to reconcile their differences, Zimbabwe could face another period of political upheaval. The blackout during Mnangagwa's SONA was more than a technical glitch. It was a moment that exposed the deep fissures within Zimbabwe's ruling elite. Jacob Mudenda's furious response, the sabotage allegations, and the broader context of factional rivalry all point to a volatile political landscape. As Mnangagwa seeks to consolidate power and pursue his 2030 agenda, he must navigate a minefield of internal opposition, public discontent, and institutional fragility. The torchlight that illuminated his speech may have symbolized resilience, but it also cast shadows on the future of Zimbabwean politics. Thank you for watching. We will keep you engaged in the latest news. In the next few days, we will open up memberships for the channel. Support us in this regard. Like, share, and subscribe.